Welcome, McEowen families, to the math problem of the week. With me today are Joey Schoonover, Tommy Baker, Harrison Maxwell, and Mrs. Powers has an answer that was chosen as one of the top four. The problem, it was a simple one, kind of, in wording. The year 2013 is unique in that each digit is different. When was the last year that each digit was different? That's a little thinker there. Joey, what did you do to solve that?
I knew it couldn't be any of the 2000s because it would at least have 2 zeros, or 2 2s, or 2 1s. And so I went down to the 1990s, and it couldn't be any of those because it'll have 2 9s. So then I went down to the 1980s. I knew it couldn't be 1989 because it had 2 9s, and it couldn't be 1988 because it had 2 8s. So I went down to 1987 and got my answer.
All right, so your answer was 1987. And just to hold up her paper, she listed them and kind of crossed them out as they weren't right answers either. Joey, very good job explaining your answer and your thinking. I know that's what the panel is looking at when they decide these. Tommy, what did you do for this one?
Well, I really didn't put a big timeline like most people did.
That's all right. Go ahead and just read what you did then.
Well, I knew 2012 wouldn't match because it has 2 2s. I thought to under 2010, and the zeros started to match. Then I finally got to the 1990s. 9s match, obviously. And then I finally decided to just go to the 1980s. The 9s match at 1989. The 8 match in 1988. And then I got to 1987, and none of the digits were the same.
All right, so you got 1987 too. That's a good sign. I mean, I'll give two guys get the same answer. Harrison, what did you do there?
I knew it can't be in the 2000s because it would repeat the 0. If you go to the 1900s, it can't be in the 1990s because it would repeat the 9s. So you have to go to the 1980s. It can't be 1989 because it repeats the 9. It can't be 1988 because it repeats the 8. But it can be 1987 because none of the numbers repeat.
All right, so 1987 first. And Ms. Powers, what'd you do?
I made a list, and I wrote down each number working backwards from 2013. So my first one was 2012, and if I saw a digit more than once, I marked through it. And like these guys, I made it all the way back to through the 1990s, and they all had a repeating digit. And the first one I found without any repeated digits was 1987.
Would you hold up your paper, maybe? Because she made a big, long list going down. So sometimes you have to show your thinking in list form. We have paragraph form. But I know that's the important thing that we're looking for in the problem of the week is that you're able to explain your answers. So thank you, you four. Awesome job. And I hope you try the problem next week.